I'm ready to introduce our next speaker. This is Mercy Njobvu, who is the National Geographic Young Explorer. She is a conservationist, and she will be sharing with us today her conservation story. We're very excited to hear your story. Please share with us. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much for having this opportunity.
Hey, Mercy, how's the connection? How's the connection?
The connection is fine. I'm just trying to share my screen right now.
Okay. Yeah, it takes about a minute. Yep. Okay, you're good. Just let me know when you're ready to share the screen. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen, right? Hello?
Yeah, the screen share looks good.
Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen.
Yeah, it looks great. Mercy, we're ready. It looks good.
Am I audible?
Yep, we hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Mercy Njobvu, and today I'm going to share with you my conservation story. The contents of my story will be based on my background, my inspiration, and also my current works. So I was born and raised near South Luangwa National Park. That's a small village in eastern part of Zambia. And I also attended both primary and secondary school or education in Eastern Province just there, where I also had a privilege to be offered conservation classes. After high school, I volunteered at Conservation South Luangwa and also Zambian Carnival Program. Zambian Carnival Program is an organization in Zambia, in South Luangwa National Park that monitors carnivores. Then in 2018, after my high school, I got enrolled at the University of Zambia to study veterinary medicine. So for Zambian Carnival Program to carry out their work as a team, including myself, we use collaring of animals, that's wild dogs and lions. So through collaring of lions, we're able to track them and monitor them. So as you can see, this picture showing me with the antenna and the radio just tracking the frequency of one of the prides of lions in South Luangwa National Park. Also, the snaring of wire snares from animals such as lions and dogs are done through the same tracking of collars that we put around and to monitor the animals. So as you can see, this picture is showing that I was just monitoring the pulse, the heart rate with the dog, trying to monitor the animals and desnaring the lion. Also, wild dogs, the same thing. For you to carry out the procedures such as collaring and also desnaring. So as you can see, it's the same procedures. I've been volunteering with these people for quite a long time now. It's been 4 years since I completed my high school. I've been volunteering for both Conservation South Luangwa and Zambian Carnival Program, that's South Luangwa National Park. I believe community outreach and engaging youths in my activities that I've been doing helps a lot in conservation, because me telling a story or my story to young people will inspire them in conservation. So as you can see, the pictures are showing my work and my inspiration that I have or that I had the past years when I was able to talk to young people like from different schools, that's primary and conservation, just telling them my story, how I've been raised up, and just the works that I've been doing since now. When I was volunteering at Conservation South Luangwa, I got interested upon seeing how dogs are suffering from rabies around my community. And as I got inspired also and interested to carry out my project. And that project is based on reducing the prevalence of rabies in my community and around South Luangwa. So that's my current project at the moment. I'm working on it, and it's through the National Geographic that has helped me carry out this project that will be starting very soon. And I would like everyone to just sit and relax as I'll be carrying out my project and giving you updates on how it's going to be. Also, it's just showing that how we can interact with dogs and how we can vaccinate. So I have the experience on how I can vaccinate dogs at the clinic and be able to talk to the owners about dog ownership and all that. And before I finish, I would like to encourage my fellow youths and young women, particularly, to participate in conservation and science programs, because that really helps. And I was helped through Conservation South Luangwa and Zambian Carnival Program. And for me to be here as a student studying veterinary medicine, it was through my volunteering that I did at Zambian Carnival Program and Conservation South Luangwa, where I found my sponsors. I was lucky, and I consider that as a very big privilege. Before I end my presentation, I'll ask Joe to share my screen that will show a video that I produced after I attended a lab for the NUF, that's Nature, Environment and Wildlife Filmmakers, that I attended last year, and I was privileged to come up with a short video that's showing the work and how I got inspired to do my project. That's my current project, that is reducing the prevalence of rabies in eastern part of Zambia. I've been volunteering at the Conservation South Luangwa Vet Clinic here in Mfue, and also at Zambian Carnival Program as a student who is studying veterinary medicine here in Zambia. And this is to ensure that dogs and cats in my community are taken care of and they are protected against rabies. I love them so much. I'm drawing one meal of the vaccine to inject this small dog here against rabies. Today, this is the 8th dog I'm vaccinating here at the clinic, and to ensure that every dog owner is keeping track of the date when the vaccination is due, we give out dog certificates to everyone who comes with the dog for vaccination.
So we'd like to encourage the community to continue bringing the dogs for vaccination, and also just for them to have responsible dog ownership, take the pets to the vet when they are sick, and also when they are due for their vaccination.
Wow, Mercy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I got goosebumps while watching the video and while listening to your story. Wow, this is so inspiring. Can you please tell us more about the Zambian Carnival program? Maybe you can tell us what species it focuses on.
Yeah, so Zambian Carnival program focuses on large carnivores. That's lions, you go for leopard, the cheetahs, and also wild dogs. So there are actually 3 sectors that we work with in Liuwa National Park, that's South Longo National Park, and also in Kafue.
Wow. How many people support the program? What are the initiatives to raise awareness?
The initiative to raise awareness
program.
Yes, it's very important. It's very important program. So we have donors from different areas across the world. So with doing that, we can't do anything on our own. So we depend on those donors to at least help with the vehicles for us to go in the field, because it's really a tough work to do. Yeah, just monitoring animals, and that's a danger. Also, it's a threat to us working with the animals. So we have to know how to interact with them. Yeah.
Wow. What's the number one tip that, because this is such a, unfortunately, sadly, it is a very common challenge around the world, and you as a great example of someone who succeeds in such great endeavor, what's the number one tip that you would give to other organizations, to other activists to engage more of that sort of support?
Yeah, so I would like to encourage, first of all, I'll start with the youths, that those are young people. Me, for me to be at this time, me showing and making people listen to my story, it took my confidence, it took my interest, and the energy that I had for me to stand where I was and just go and start volunteer, because it wasn't something like I was just called to, no, just come and volunteer. It was just on my own. I just stood after completing high school. I just went to Zambian Carnival program and Conservation South Wanga, because these guys work in collaboration. So I went there as myself and then explained to them what I'm inspired to do in life, because I saw how animals suffer from wire snares and poaching around my area. So I got inspired and went to explain myself what I want to do and how they can help me. Then I was given an opportunity to start volunteering there. I was so lucky, and I would encourage people who are young, just like I am, to be courageous and never to let any opportunity just go like that. If you have the opportunity, or if you feel like doing anything, do it with all your heart and do it with everything that you have, and it will be possible, and people will learn from you and get inspired.
Wow. Wow. Hats off. I mean, I don't have a hat, but hats off. It's so great to have such inspiring people with us. Um, Going back to your story, which is fantastic, and you're a great example. Uh, as a woman in conservation, what challenges do you face?
As a woman in conservation, it's really challenging because people think it's just about men who can do these things, and for you to be fitting in that area, it needs that confidence and trying to convince them, like, okay, even us, we can do this thing. So as you can see, it's really bad and it's really sad that very few women are in conservation, and that's really what I'm interested in promoting this time. I'm even encouraging everyone, every woman who is able and capable of doing anything, make sure you connect with people, you connect with anyone who is nearby, and you'll be able to succeed and be part of the conservation.
Yes, yes, 100% agree. So when you go out and you spread this very, very strong message, which to me is even emotional, I respond to what you're saying. Thank you so much. What's the response from the community? How's the community reacting to your initiative, to your message? Do they join your team? Do they go volunteering? Do they join you in your initiative to raise awareness, to help the animals? Are they maybe skeptic?
Yes,
What's the
yes.
dialogue with the community?
The dialogue with the community right now is good because we are trying by all means to find ways on how we can approach them. So like we have, at least now we have about 3, including myself, at Zambian Academy program, who are just able to volunteer and found a chance to get ourselves into schools that those are universities, because I have my friend who is also doing wildlife management at another university, at Copperbelt University. It was through the Zambian Academy program that she got into the university at the moment.
Yeah. Well, best of success to you in that. Can you tell us, is rabies decreasing now in the country with this vaccination program?
Yes, it is decreasing at the moment because people are getting aware, because as I've seen, one of my approach is community engagement. So we're trying by all means with my team, of course. Yeah, me being on top, but of course with my team, we're trying by all means to target and having the approach where we can engage the community, make them understand about the disease, being deadly, and what are the consequences if someone has been bitten by a dog that is suffering from rabies. So by doing so, we go on radios, we use these, you just go passing, announcing that there's this disease. So if you have to learn about it, you tune into your radios and hear the message that will be delivered to you.
Is with this regard, is there any hesitancy from the local community to have their dogs vaccinated?
Just come again, I didn't hear your question.
Is there big resistance from the local community to have animals vaccinated, to have their dogs vaccinated?
Yeah, some of them are resistant, but some of them come willingly, because Zambian Conservation South Wangwa, there is the vaccine that we give is for free. So at least people just come and have their dogs vaccinated, and like where you pay and have your dog vaccinated. Yeah, so it's also a privilege to those people around South Wangwa National Park.
So then, how do you deal with those members of the community who are resilient to join you to get into the dialogue and to understand what is needed to be done, and most importantly, why?
So there is nothing else that can be done apart from just being persistent on them and just helping them understand, because there is no way they can just bring their dogs without getting information that is adequate for them to bring their dog. So they should be willing. So we're trying by all means to make them feel like it is important to have their dogs vaccinated upon seeing the dangers of rabies.
Are there any educational initiatives apart from your program? How's the community, maybe on a local governmental level, spreading this very, very important information?
So one of the methods that we use also, it's via conservation clubs around South Congo National Park. So they're run by Zambian Carnival Program. We have conservation club, the conservation clubs around. So like we teach young people about conservation and also help them have a privilege to go in the national park, learn about those lions and wild dogs they see, and then they would understand how important it is to take care of animals around.
Do you predict a positive forecast for the near future when people are all united in their intention and their passion to conserve, to help their animals, to help the teams like yours to support the animals and their health and the overall balance between the humans and well, the nature?
Yes.
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 Now, what's next for you? Where do you see your career going?
I am seeing myself at a point where I'll be able to share everything that I do, because I'm privileged to have something that will help me. That's the knowledge that I'm acquiring right now at the university. I also have the platform, which are Facebook and everything, and also I can be able to just film myself whatever I want, because I have a camera that I was given by the nature, environmental and wildlife filmmakers, where I was given an opportunity to attend the lab and being able to be given a camera, which will help me in my field as a vet, just documenting everything that I do, so that people will be helped and encouraged to conserve nature.
Wow. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you very much for this very moving, very inspiring talk today. Best of luck in all of your endeavors. And well, thank you for what you do, and thank you for being such great inspiration to all of us watching you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's a good opportunity and a privilege for me to be able to share my story with everyone who's watching right now. I say thank you and continue being confident, just like me, and your story will be heard.